Okay, thanks. Good afternoon, everyone. So I was saying with my colleague that here probably in the room we are like the black sheep because we are not a finance institution, we are not an entity involved in the legal part, but we are an integrator. We are an integrator of green technologies. Better? When I say integrator of green technology, we are we are used to say that we are a shipyard without the facilities of a shipyard. So basically, we tend to install whatever. I give you a straightforward example: a water ballast system on board without being a yard. So we have the flying squad. Having said that, the aim of this presentation is also try to guide the people about the selection of this new green tech, the green upgrade. It's really a challenge to understand which is the right direction to take. Because we have seen in the past, for example, the wave of the scrubber, that there was a clear direction, or of the ballast water treatment system, for which there was a clear direction. Now we are in front of a big challenge. There is a big challenge because there is no a precise direction. Probably you heard, I don't know if any of you was at the Marine Money in Dubai, about the selection of the fuel. Because for the new build there is a big problem of which fuel we are going to use. But also for compliance with the CII, EXI, I don't go too much into the details, but because I need to stay on a high level. There is also a need of understanding which is the direction. Obviously, here there is a sort of combination between what is the green integration and finance, because we need to understand which is the right direction to take, because obviously this has a cost, has a direct impact on your OPEX for the ship operator and ship owner and CAPEX. So this is a quite clear approach. We place ourselves as an integrator, as I said, so we do the execution. But the most important thing here that I want to point out that you need an integrator also from a very early stage of your idea to comply with any green tech. So you need a consultant. You need someone that is able, on top of the OEM that you want to consult, to try to help you to take the right direction. I've seen in the room also some, don't take me wrong, but some battery supplier. I don't know if they are here. However, also for choosing the right battery, the right level of technology, you need someone that is giving you the right direction. And I install batteries on many vessels, but you need to understand which is the right challenge and which is the right direction. Okay. And here we are at this point. For example, for many of our clients, the challenge is to understand if the budget that they have done for any kind of integration is the correct one. Mainly with this new technology, the ROI and the IRR, very often they are completely wrong. Not because the OEM, they want to give you a wrong figure, but just because at the beginning there are many hidden costs that you don't know exactly. So very often we face the problem that some of our jobs, they were cancelled because at the end of the day, the initial budget was doubled. So our suggestion is again to try to understand exactly which is the real cost, because there are hidden costs that are not just the OEM, but there are the costs for the integration, there are the costs for operating that equipment. Very straightforward example, scrubber. We installed 1,000, maybe not 1,000, hundreds. But there is a big cost connected to the scrubber. Scrubber has a very high maintenance cost. So you need to be very prudent when you select an equipment, because on top of your initial cost, there is always an hidden cost that you don't know exactly. So this is strictly connected to what I was saying before, that you need to use company in order to have an advisor. So you need to have an integrator between what is the technology that you want to install, use your operator, your technical manager, use the company that are in between you as a ship owner, if you are a ship owner, or the if you are an operator, in order to understand what is the real cost at the end of the installation in terms of CapEx and OpEx. Again, connected to what is an initial CapEx, I go to some example because otherwise probably is not clear. We installed scrubber, we installed buzz water, we did many integration, but at the very beginning, for example, there was the constant use of carbon steel material. Carbon steel material, especially for the scrubber, was not the right material. So very quickly the industry turned to GRE, GRV. So this was for the initial wave, I mean for the initial era of the scrubber, was a big hidden cost. And most of the OEM, they was not even aware, so they were not hiding costs. They were not hiding what they were proposing. There was a simple problem of technology. So the technology was growing very fast, and there was not a real step-by-step improvement of the technology, and we ended up with many clients that they had to replace completely the carbon steel for the drain line of the scrubber. So this was a very practical example, but I think that is an example for all the new technologies that are popping into the market to understand that the selection need to be a very well thought selection, because you need to understand from A to Z where you want to go. And here we go to the very nice topic, I think, for this discussion. For example, carbon capturing. We are manufacturing a carbon capturing unit for one of the company, that one of OEM. For us is very good business, but why we are doing, and why, what is the point? Because most of these companies, they are rising very quickly. They are creating their product very quickly, but they are not marine. So they want to marinize the system. Here, for example, we have created I don't advertise the company because I cannot, but we have manufactured a fully containerized solution for a carbon capturing system to be installed on board, because they had no capability to do the proper engineering. They had no understanding of what was the technical, what were the technical difficulties for the installation of a carbon capturing unit. So again, the point is, whatever is your selection for a carbon capturing, for a decarbonization solution for your vessel that you want to suggest to your client, you need to be very careful of the selection that we are doing in terms of manufacturer. This manufacturer was a good one, but again, they had no technical skill. They grew very quickly. So they had the challenge to understand how to put on the ship their system that was coming from the land-based production. Even more problematic for these provider of carbon capturing solution is the after-sales market. So normally these company, they are startup, they grew very quickly, so they are located normally in one place only, in one location, and they have some sort of satellite offices with sales guy. But if you have a real issue on any equipment, then the after sales, so the service engineer that can go on board to sort the problem is always a challenge, because they are not structured. Even more, I take an example from the scrubber. For example, for the gas analyzer. The gas analyzer, there was a big problem at the beginning. They had a lot of issue, and there was no gas analyzer in the market. One of the main producer was one German maker, and there was basically no availability in the market. I'm talking about 2017, because it is a part of the system that is really subject to a quick deterioration because it is exposed to the gas. Oh, sorry. And here again, there is one important point that is, let me say, in integration with probably many of the people here in the room, because the warranty and guarantees sometimes they need to be buy with the equipment itself, because you need to be sure, mainly for a new system that is a sort of and mainly for new companies that are a startup. Basically pioneering in the industry, you need to buy also the warranty. Here, for example, is another example. This is a scrubber that was one first generation of scrubber, and we removed simply because it was not working. Now we installed the SCR, even because we are going to a different era of compliance with the gas emission. So the warranty and the guarantees, they need to be there at the moment of purchase of your equipment, especially if you're going for carbon capturing and some of these new technologies. And again, an integrator, I don't want to say a company like us, but in general, someone that is independent, that has no real relation with the OEM, is someone that normally is trying to help you in the middle. So to have an integrator, an advisor in the middle is what we suggest. Very similar to what I was saying, you need to also build up in the initial cost of what is a hidden cost. Here I go a little bit more into the details. For example, there are some technologies, I don't want to mention any of them, but they require more power. They are saying to most of the clients that they are a direct saving. They even put a warranty bond on that for 7%, 8% of the fuel, but without taking in consideration that they need additional compressor, for example. Or another very straightforward example is for the scrubber. Very often the scrubber, I had quite a big case for a project that it was a retrofit for a new build, because the new build was delivered without a scrubber, and an additional diesel generator was needed just to run the scrubber. But obviously, if you run with technical, if you run two generators to a low power, is much less efficient than running one generator, on top of the fact that you need one additional generator. So this was, I know that was quite a different presentation compared to all the other, but the main point, the main suggestion is that in this moment that there is a big variety of equipment, a big variety of solution, a big variety of OEM, to make the right choice, to go for a choice that is with the right warranty, the guarantees, and mainly that you use someone that is helping you for the correct choice. Someone independent, not directly involved with the OEM.